Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight was today. And yes, it was colder than what Starlight likes, but I was out. I had to get out. I had to make myself get out there and take a walk. And even though it was colder than I like, I did it. I made myself, and as I was walking on this trail, I was halfway there, and I was thinking exactly what this video is going to be is I'm not going to go backwards. I'm not going to go back, to the way things were. So it's like I'm halfway, through the trail, and I might as well just keep going straight forward, instead of trying to go backwards, because I already been back there. I know what's back there, so I just kept on going. I could have said, hey, I stopped here, and maybe it's just quicker if I turn around. Have you ever done that? It's just like, maybe I should just turn around and go back where I came from. And Starlight's like, no, you're not doing that. I can't go back to where I came from. So anyway, I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying to say, and I might have worded it a little different, but can you go back after you find out what you know? Like Starlight's not going back. So, and this is for many different things. So before I get too carried away, make sure you're being kind to yourself and others. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. Plus, don't forget you can give this video a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And I don't have my bell because I have it in my car. So anyway, besides the dinger bell, is you can share my videos, with your family, your friends, a rabbit, and a turtle. Plus, you can also check out my playlist and find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So Starlight is, this video is about not going back. There's times that we find out some information, some wisdom and knowledge, and when we find that out and we're continuing to work on ourselves, at least I know I'm working on myself. I don't know about you. Maybe you're distracted. Maybe, the matrix have distracted you where you're out, I don't know. What are you doing? Watching? Is football still going on? Like I know they got college football, and then they got the NFL football. So maybe you're distracted by that. Maybe you're distracted by friends, or family, and the holidays, and the traditions. I'm not even going to go there. Don't even get me started. So anyway, there's a point when you can't go back, to the way things were. And there's times that we might think about it, but it doesn't last. There's times I'm like, I'll tell you, it's a thought and then it's gone. That's how quick that goes. It's like, it's a thought and then it's gone. I'm like, there's nothing to go back to. And, I get different people on my YouTube channel, and I don't know who some of you are, and some of you I met in real time. Some of you I might even watch your YouTube channel. But there's times I get messages, and, so I'm like, okay. How to deal with some of the people on my YouTube channel with their comments and stuff like that. There's people sometimes don't understand Starlight because they really haven't watched all my videos to really get me. So there's some people, you got a lot of catching up to do on my videos. I am just letting you all know I can't explain my whole life to you in one video. So if you don't understand certain things that I put in a video, and you're quick to judge and you're quick to point fingers at Starlight, it's really not me that's the problem. It's you got to go back, track, and to really understand where I am and what am I doing. And you can't just go by one video and start pointing fingers at Starlight, because that is how a lot of people are. They meet people in person, you know, it could be a stranger. And people are so quick to make judgments on what they say without asking questions and saying, hey, you know, like, what about this or what about that? So you got to watch out for people like that, where they're so quick with a comeback and it's normally negative stuff. And, you know, if you could walk a mile in my shoes, really, believe me, you could not handle it, you know. And I don't want to walk in your shoes, please. I definitely, I've gone through enough on my own. I don't plan on ever walking in anybody else's shoes. But if you could just handle walking in mine for a change, you'd understand a whole lot. You'd be like, get me out of these shoes, out of Starlight shoes. You got to see some of my sneakers that I had, the one pair that I was wearing earlier. I had to put those on, and I've been gluing those pair. They were brand new sneakers that I got like in Florida, and I've been gluing them ever since. So do you really want to walk in my shoes? I don't think so, because the stuff on the traction part keeps on falling off, and so when I walk, there's some, you know, they're falling apart. But you know what? I wear them because I don't want my good sneakers getting ruined. So you definitely don't want to walk in my shoes. And so anyway, I just had to, you know, nail that in the beginning of this video, is because there are people that are so quick to run their mouth and, you know, say something, not even knowing the whole story. You can't like pick up a book and just read a little part of it and you think you can understand the whole book. No, you know, like if you're going to understand the author of that book, you got to read from the beginning, the introduction, you know, when they start explaining what the book is about and whatever. And then you got to go through all the chapters in that book to really understand where the author is coming from. So for those of you that, you know, haven't watched my other videos, I cannot explain everything in each video because I'm trying to shorten my videos, not make them longer. It takes a long time to edit. So anyway, now, like I was saying, is Starlight's not going back. I am right here in the present moment, right here, right now. And I am, you know, even though I'm making plans for my future, you got to have like goals and, you know, like visions of how you want to see your future. That is very important. And soon, of course, we're going to be hitting January soon. You know, and the New Year's, which is really in March, not in January. And I know some of you probably be leaving me comments about that one. But so anyway, with that is, you know, do you want to go back after you learned what you've learned? You know, do you want to go back with some of your exes? How about some of your jobs that you had before? Would you want to go back to those? Or like, you know, because I've done so much inner work inside of me, you know, I mentioned in a video the other day is that I let Kathy Dingman go. Bye, Kathy. Thank you. You got me here. But, you know, that doesn't mean, you know, that I don't know where people are coming from sometimes, you know, is I am me. I'm just an upgrade of Kathy Dingman. You know, I have my family still, but that old version of myself I let go. You know, so some of you might not understand that. And so that is, I'm not going to explain it, you know, in comments on my YouTube channel. So you got to backtrack and watch some of my old videos to understand who I am. There's so much missing pieces that you don't see, you know, in each video. So I am not going back to who I was. I'm only going to keep on continuing to work on who I am and keep on being a greater version each time. And it does take time. You know, I see people, you know, like the same person, you know, like, and that's going to be another video coming up very soon. So, you know, if you're watching this video, don't worry. I do have a video for you. Yeah, you. So, you know, there's people out there that are so quick to make a statement or a comment without even fully understanding what's going on. So we do have to be careful of that, not to make quick judgments and criticisms out there in the world. Sorry, my nose is, I got a drippy faucet here. But I'm not going back to my old version. I'm not going to go back to like smoking cigarettes. I haven't smoked cigarettes and, as old as my son. I'm not going to go back and start drinking wine again or beer or mixed drinks. I'm done with that. I'm not going to go back and decide, hey, I'm going to smoke some marijuana again. I have a little bit in my, I didn't even know I had this, actually I have it right here. You want to see it? I'm not going to go back and smoke marijuana. It's in this little thing here. You want to see it? Starlight's got, I didn't even know I had this in here. Starlight was hiding it everywhere. But yeah, I got, yeah, I'm in the library. Starlight's talking about marijuana. You might not even see it, but there's enough for a couple of hits in there. But you know what? I'm not going back to this. I worked too hard. I'm working on my diet. I'm letting go of cheese and I'm letting go of dairy. So you want this? Starlight doesn't even want it anymore. Like, I did get help when I was doing it, but I am working on myself. I'm sorry, now I can't even shut it. But the reason why I made this video here today is because I had 2 days to go, actually Sunday night till Tuesday morning, to be at a motel. And I thank God for that, that I was able to enjoy myself and relax. And I did a lot of, you know what Starlight did the whole time in those 2 days? I worked on myself. I got to do so much chakra clearing in my body. I got to do yoga yesterday. I couldn't do it today because I was packing up today. So, I worked on myself. Most people, what they would have been doing is in a motel is to watch TV the whole time, And I do have to say, Monday night, I got tired early and I was too tired to do my other stuff. And I just I was like, why am I getting so tired? So early, 6:30, and that's not normal for Starlight. Absolutely not. But I'm going through a lot. And so I got in the bed thinking, okay, it's early and I'm going to just try to go to bed. And I couldn't sleep. My mind was too active. And, the whole time I never even though there was a big screen TV in the room, I never even thought of it. I haven't watched TV in 2 years, and I gave up watching TV because I wasn't watching good stuff. I wasn't watching, I do YouTube. If I had YouTube, yeah, you bet your ass, I would have been like hooking up to YouTube and have everything in a big, huge screen to just educate myself. That's all I've been doing, so, and what else did I do in the hotel is to color. I got to actually use some crayons and some colored pencils and started doing artwork again because I've been collecting stuff so I can do my art, arts and crafts. But anyway, back to Starlight, being on the bed, tossing and turning, or I was too active mentally, I was drained physically, but mentally I was wide awake, So I'm like, what am I gonna do? And then the TV's sitting there. So Starlight's like, I don't even know what they have on TV. And I have gone before from 2000, I've gone without TV for 7 years before, a long time ago. And it is a mind blow. You go without TV 7 years. It's almost like Starlight not having sex, is not having any TV and not YouTube either, or DVDs, because that was how I started back into watching movies, is it's a whacked out thing that happens when you're like, you just kind of stare at the screens, and at first it was like watching movies from my, renting movies out, DVDs, and bringing them home and watch them in a DVD player, and it's amazing what happens. You're like, but last night I decided to have a remote control on the bed and flipping through, and I'm like, this is exactly what I had a problem with before. I would flip through all these channels and have a hard time even watching anything I was interested in. And then, then I was seeing commercials, and I'm like, with my YouTube channel, I just like push the skip button, but I realized I can't skip these commercials. And what did Starlight watch? I'm like, what did Starlight watch? And, like the whole time that I watched this stupid movie and I seen how they were, how they actually were filming the actors and how they zoomed in and how they're, and I'm thinking, wow, I got abducted by my teacher, Starlight. So I'm like, I really like YouTube, like learning stuff, and that's what I was doing earlier when I was coloring, is I was watching video after video after video of chosen ones and different things like that, and the spiritual awakening over and over again, and it just like those videos are just coming through, and I just was like, I love it, so that I love. I'm not going back there. I've worked too hard to get to where I am. And I have to say is, when you're working so hard to keep going forward and just keep plowing through, you're going to have people that are going to try to pull you off, and I got some funky stuff going on right now, with people leaving comments on my YouTube channel. It's like, who are these people? What are they putting on, their comments on my YouTube channel? And I just leave it. I leave the comments because I really want you to see the comments that they leave. I don't need to respond. I'm not gonna. I don't have to explain to anybody nothing. And I see a lot of YouTubers do that. Is that people leave comments. They don't. I don't have anybody that ever leaves me a comment back on any. I've never had anybody like leave me a comment back. Mainly, actually, one YouTuber actually does send a heart and a quick little little statement. That is probably the only one. But most of the time, any YouTuber that I watch is that they only push. If you're lucky, that they even will give you a heart. For the message that you sent. So I don't have to respond to any comments on my YouTube channel, and I will leave those comments out there so that other people see what kind of energy Starlight's dealing with. So I do have to laugh at these things. And like I was saying, is that you're going to have people that are going to try to trip you up, try to discourage you, try to, judge you, try to criticize you, and try to pull you back. And I'm not going back. After watching that, it just was like I didn't even catch the beginning of the movie, so I didn't see all of how it went, but those are the kind of movies that Starlight would have watched a long time ago. And I just was, the whole time inside of my body, I'm screaming. I'm like, why am I watching this? After watching, some people that I do watch every day on YouTube, I am fulfilled with what I get from, my mentor, watching his YouTube channel. And, like I learn about all kinds of stuff on YouTube. And the other thing I'm not going back to is, like I said, about my diet is to, not, I'm going to keep on working on myself to better myself, not to go back. And these holidays, this is the thing right now. I was just talking to a lady, and, the holidays, the commercials, the billboards that they have everywhere, and the movies, when you watch movies, a lot of times that's what they do. They try to program you into trying to get you back into, like, and this happened many times with me. I would be like watching a movie years ago, and there'd be a part in the movie where they're drinking wine, and I'm like sitting there just having my popcorn. Starlight loves her popcorn. And I did have popcorn at the motel because I couldn't do anything with it in my car, and I didn't want to heat up microwaved popcorn, and I know microwave popcorn is not good for you, but you know, like in a gas station, I don't want to heat up popcorn in the gas station microwave and then it smells like popcorn and it makes people hungry. So so a long time ago I would watch movies, and then here they are having some wine, and if I had wine in my, I wasn't even aware of it. Before I know it, you know, it's a commercial, and then I find myself going into the kitchen. What am I grabbing? A glass of wine. You bet your ass. You know, I was grabbing a glass of wine and like, oh no, I got my glass of wine. And then other times it would be food. I'm like, oh, you know. So you really do. You got to be careful, because those are programs that are trying to get you to, you know, eat certain foods and draw you into eating, you know, unhealthy. Even when I go to the refuge, there's so many temptations. I mean, like, you know, they get a lot of donations. They get a lot of people that give them, you know, free food, you know, and a lot of desserts, you know, and like all this stuff. And, you know, it's like the all you can eat buffet, and they have a lot. And I don't care what you do. I do, but I can't really control, and it's not my place to control what you eat. But I can't stop you from eating desserts and eating food that you know is not good for you. But you know, I used to make pumpkin rolls, and that's what they had at the thing today. And I'm like, oh, I used to make those. You know, I used to make them. My kids loved them. I used to do bake sales at the church, you know, and make a whole bunch of baked goods and try to raise money for Bible quizzing and stuff like that, you know, when I used to go to church, you know. So I'm not going back to that way of eating. I'm not going, you know, there's times that I'm not going to deny this. There's times that I about like, because there's different kinds of relationships out there. There's, you know, karmic relationships, like, you know, love couples where you get to, like, I call it a 3D relationship, and Starlight's not interested. You know, I am single, and I am working on myself to better myself so I can actually be at the same frequency as someone out there, like a twin flame relationship. And it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of patience and lots of blood, sweat, and tears to have any of those kind of relationships. And I have to be honest, there's sometimes that I think about, well, you know, this is a lot of work, you know, and then I think about, wow, you know, this has taken, you know, and universe knows my heart and knows how I am, is, wow, you know, this has been taking me a long time, but it does take a long time to actually, you know, like to heal from other past things that we got to deal with as far as getting together with a twin flame. And so I do get my moments where I'm like, really, do I really want a twin flame relationship? Do I really want to, you know, like do that inner work and, you know, like to heal myself from past traumas? You know, do I really, like, is it really worth all the work that I'm putting in? You know, is it, like, because I haven't even met my twin. So, you know, like, is all this work going to be worth it in the end, you know, to finally unite with a twin flame? Or do I want to go back to the kind of relationships I had back there? So I do get my moments of wondering, like, maybe I should just throw the towel in and say, you know, like, you know, forget that, you know, I'm just tired of working so hard and how long it takes to, you know, actually meet the person, you know. And so I do get my moments, and you know what? I've done so much work on myself. I can't go back. There's nothing back there. There's nothing back there to go back to a low dimensional relationship. I've got too much inside of me that I've been working on to lower my standards to go with a man that might not even care about becoming his greatest version or be the change, you know, that you want to see in the world. So I got a lot to offer for a man, and I'm not giving all this to have what I had back there. So no, I am going to stay and be patient and still work hard on myself because I deserve unconditional love in my life. I deserve the best when it comes to a relationship. So some of you are, like that watch my YouTube channel or even leave comments on my YouTube channel is I don't care what people think. It's not about you. It's about what I am doing and what God knows what I'm doing. I don't answer to man. I answer to God, and so if you got a problem with that, you could just watch another YouTube channel because I really don't care. I'm not here to please man. I'm doing exactly what God actually wants me to do here, is to work on myself. And I know that not everybody's going to agree with that. They're going to want me to go back to my old ways. No, I'm done with that. I am actually becoming a better person, a better human being, because I don't have to listen to what other people tell me. I don't have to do what other people tell me to do. This is my life. God gave me a free will to decide, and I am following what God wants, and I'm not fully in control of my life. God gives me that choice to have that free will. But if God's pulling me this way, that's where I'm going. If God pulls me this way, as long as I understand, I'm going where God wants me. So I don't really care what people think as far as my choices in life. I have so many people that want me to eat junk food, so many people that want me to go back there, and go back to the way I was. You were much more fun back there, Starlight. You were drinking and smoking, but you don't really know the ins and outs of all that, do you? So those things, eating unhealthy or not getting enough exercise and being around healthy people, like-minded people, I love who I am today, and I don't need to answer to anybody anymore. I used to do that a long time ago, and I'm done. So I'm not going back to where I came from. I love Kathy Dingman. She did a lot of work. But you know what? I have Starlight here, and Starlight's going to finish doing the work that Kathy can no longer do. And that doesn't mean that I have to, I'm going to let go of people who no longer love and support me. If you're not aligning with me in my journey as where I'm going, I'm not going to have anybody pull me down to their low vibration and their frequency. I'm going up, and I'm working on myself. And yes, I do desire a twin flame relationship. That's the only kind of relationship. I can't go back there in those kind of relationships. I am firm on where I am, and I am just going to keep on going and just keep on working on myself. It's easy to cave in. It's harder to keep on going forward and just keep going, and not to let other people's opinions and judgments and criticisms to pull you down. So I am a better version of myself today than I was before. I am stronger and I'm more determined now than ever. So anyway, you can be that same way, but you got to remember, I'm telling you, there's going to be people that are going to try to pull you, try to distract you, try to get you to watch movies. I am not interested in watching movies unless they actually help me out with a future, to help me to, if another Matrix, yeah, I'm gonna, but all that other stuff, no. Starlight is not interested in watching movies unless there's something really good in those movies to help me out. Anyway, I love you, and I hope you're not going back to the, giving up on all the work that you've done, and just to take that quick relationship. Yeah, I have been single for a long time, but you know what? I have not met a man out there besides my twin that has anything to offer me. So I am just going to keep on doing that inner work that I'm supposed to do, and continue to work on myself to be that change that I want to see. Am I there yet? No, but I keep on working at it, and that's what you got to do, is just keep on going inch by inch every day. You'll get better. And anyway, I love you. This is Starlight. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you could share my videos with your family, friends. A kangaroo and an alligator. Plus, you could check out my playlist, and you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you so much, and I don't care what people, you want to leave comments on my YouTube channel and judge me and criticize me. I don't really care. Have a ball. Have fun with it, because I'm ignoring it. And I don't need to answer to anybody except for God himself, the universe, that's all. So anyway, I love God, I love the universe, I love my twin flame, I love my family, and I do have a friend out there. And so anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.